Hello guys, Rxckstar here. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the ultimate gun tier list for you guys, so you guys can dominate on the battlefield with it. We're gonna talk about all the guns from A to Z all the way. We're gonna even talk about which gun needs a buff, which gun doesn't need a buff, and also I'm gonna have some questions for you guys. I hope you guys gonna answer it. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna start the tier list by having a S tier. We have an A tier, B tier, C tier, and we have a needs a buff tier. So if a gun really needs a buff, even if it's S, A, B, C tier, we're gonna put it in the needs a buff category. AK12 A tier, best budget gun. If you guys seen my other videos, this gun is one of the best budget guns in the game right now. It's a really solid lockdown gun. There's so many builds on it as well. And even if the stats tell you that this gun is not the greatest, it's one of the best budget guns in the game right now. The AK545 family needs a buff. Funny story about the small AK. It was one of my favorite guns in the beginning, actually. Then after 2000 hours later in the game right now, I know it was really fun, but I would never use it right now because they need a buff. They just need some love, actually, you know? Then we have the AR-57. That's a solid B tier gun right now. Unfortunately, the recoil pattern on the AR-57, it just makes it unplayable. As soon as you spray long range with it, it is just, I don't know why they did it, but it's unplayable. On close range, and of course, like before like 30-40 meters, it's a really solid gun. But when the recoil kicks in, oh my god, it is just bad, you know? So it needs a recoil pattern rework, but the gun itself, I love it. I love the AR-57. It was one of my favorites back in the days. Right now, it is just a B tier gun, unfortunately. Then we have the CZ pistol over here. Overall, these guns with the 7.62x25, those are pretty useless right now. I don't even know if they can buff them actually. With those ammos, I don't really know what to do with them actually. Deagle, if we talk about only pistols, it should go to the A tier because it's a really reliable pistol. But if we talk about guns and tier list, it goes to the B category. Same goes for the Golden Deagle, of course. Both are the same. And I think those are the really like lockdown pistols, I would say. I really think they could be buffed as well, like you have a tier 5 ammo for it, because right now the tier 4 as itself like a gun, it cannot be used. That's 100% sure. As a sidearm, of course, it's a good choice, but as itself for a gun, I don't think it's viable. That's for sure. Alright, let's move on. BM59. Oh my god. This was one of my friend's favorites, and it needs a buff. If the SVTU can one-tap people from a mile away with tier 6 ammo, why the BM59 cannot do that? Back in the days, like a couple seasons ago, this was one of the best budget sniper choice. People made billions with it, I'm pretty sure. Right now it's just pretty useless because of the fact that you cannot one-tap people with it. Same goes to another gun, but we're gonna talk about it later. First, we're gonna go to the F2000. F2000 is a solid choice for lockdown, but I think it's still like somewhere here behind the AR-57 because of the recoil pattern, because of the firing power, and it is just not the greatest, unfortunately. I would say it needs a buff, because of the RPM is really good. We just need a little bit of a better recoil on it. Back in the days in small armor we were using this, but it was just a fun gun for us when we got tired of the FAL or the HK, you know? But right now, I would only run it in lockdown. In Forbidden it's not viable at all. 5.7, same goes to the 5.7. I thought when it came in that it can compete with the guns because it can shoot tier 5 ammo, but it cannot, unfortunately. Then, one of my all-time favorites, FAL. It needs a buff. I don't know what you guys think about it, but FAL right now is pretty useless. Especially because of the firing power. You need 3 headshots at least with 61s to kill a tier 5 guy. For example, a Matska, which is absolutely insane using 30k around, and you can only like 3-tap people with it. The firing power on the gun makes it absolutely useless. Even the best build that I had back in the days, it was pretty unique and good because I was just building that gun for one-tapping people. Right now it's just useless. I hope they're gonna bring back when headshots were rewarding and this gun can shine again. I hope so. Then we have the next pistols, G17, G18C. They're going to the C category. This is actually a really fun gun, the G18C. It's an automatic pistol. It is really nice and it's really fun. If you guys haven't tried it, try it out with dum-dums. It has 1000 RPM. Holy, it is just hella fun. But at the same time, because of the recoil on that pistol, it's just kinda inconsistent. But it's a really fun pistol. Then we have the king of the hill, the HK, of course. The build on it is like around 800k. I mean, this gun is just a complete gun. It's fun to play. Also in the comment section, boys, let me know what you guys think. Do we need to nerf the HK to the ground, or do we need to buff other guns? What you guys think? I wanna know it actually, because in my opinion, we need other guns to be buffed in the game. Because right now, what you see in Forbidden mode, HKs, P90s, maybe AEK, and that's it basically. Or even AK12 is really good choice, solid choice, but at the same time it just cannot compete with the HK, which is really sad. But at the same time, of course, I understand we need one gun, which is like, I don't know, over everything. But HK is fun, it's expensive, but it doesn't require too much skill, you know? So let me know in the comment section, boys. Do you guys think we need a huge HK nerf, or we actually need other guns to be buffed? Then we go to the M110. It's a solid A choice. Because of the one-tap capability, because the good ergo on it. It is just one of my favorite marksman rifles in the game. You can do a cheap build on it, you can do an expensive build on it, both works. And it is just a solid choice if you want to choose a marksman rifle. Then we have an M14 over here. This gun is exactly in the same category as the BM59. It needs a buff. It cannot one-tap people, so it really needs a buff. I loved that gun back in the days. You could one-tap people with it. It was so much fun actually. We had weapon variety at the marksman rifles. It was so good back in the days. Then we have the M16, boys. This gun is a solid B choice. It's gonna sit in the back. You can make it work in lockdown, even a little bit in Forbidden, but it's holy. So, next gun, M16. It's a really solid choice for lockdown, but at the same time, I tried it in Forbidden as well. Of course, I don't know if you guys seen it on stream. It's kind of fun. but at the same time, it is just, I don't know. AR-57 is still a better choice than the M16. You know, you can make millions with it. You can make any gun work in Forbidden if you just play accordingly. But at the same time, M16 is just gonna sit behind here, like behind the F2000. Of course, we have another 45 cal pistol. This is going to the C tier because they don't have tier 4 ammo. My favorite bolt action gun, M24. If you guys seen my other video, when I talk about the double gunning and stuff, this was one of the best ones. Probably one of the best choices if you wanna go double gun. The ergo is just insanely good on it. It's just insanely good, and it's just so satisfying to one-tap people with it, you know? And of course, when we talk about the one-tap capability, this comes into the play. Still a solid A choice. Yeah, not much to talk about it more. Then we go to the 53A1. Same goes for this pistol. Both are running 45 cal, which is, as we talked about it earlier, it needs a buff. We at least need tier 4 ammo in it, or like some other dumb rounds, or like something that's capable of killing. Right now these are normal guns, normal game mode we're talking about, and not even normal game mode guns. It's like, I don't know, they're just somewhere in the useless category for me, at least. I don't know if you guys agree with it, but 45 cal, I would just think about like the Mac 10, and that's it. Then we have the M4, which was a solid A choice back in the days. Right now it's just sitting somewhere here next to the AR-57 and the F2000. It's just really inconsistent, especially with 55A1s, you know. It's a good lockdown gun for sure. I cannot say anything about it. It's a good lockdown gun for sure, but when it comes to Forbidden and consistency, I would rather just choose an AR-57 here. Also, we're gonna go to the shotguns actually. I'm just gonna pull all the shotguns here. We can talk about the shotguns. I don't know. All the shotguns needs a buff. Currently, they are only useful with leg ammo. Especially, where is the USAS, boys? Here. Here's the USAS. This USAS can go into the B tier because it's a solid choice. If you only talk about like shotguns, this is your choice. Like, basically that's the only viable choice if we talk about the shotguns. Back in the days, the S12K was really good. I'm just gonna put all of them in the needs above category because right now shotguns are just kinda useless, unfortunately. Did we leave out any shotguns? It's basically only the half automatic uses, which is good. I don't know if you guys seen the clip. The lag ammo can just 2-tap people basically, but it's just so situational. Have you guys used it? I don't know, like I used it a couple of times, but for me it's never working. Against me it's just God tier, you know. So I don't know, but I wish it was like back in the days that you can use the AP slug with the shotguns and it would just work, you know. Alright, let's move forward. What should I pick now? MDR actually. I wanted to talk about this because we have already the 545 guns over here. MDR is a solid B choice, but the horizontal recoil kills the gun. It has high firing power, especially with the long barrel. It's really good. I love the gun, but it needs a slight buff on the recoil. And it could be viable, you know. You can make it work. You can just you can just slide with it, you know, inside in Forbidden and Lockdown. But as soon as you're gonna meet a P90, HK, or a Tapper, you're gonna struggle with it, you know. So I would take it here between the M4 and the M16, so it's usable, but not viable. It's a fun gun, of course. I love the sound of the MDR. It is just so nice. And I hope one day we're gonna get the black MDR from Tarkov, you know? But right now, I would put it somewhere here. Or maybe like, I don't even know. We're just gonna leave it like this. Then we're gonna move forward. Also, I said 545, 556 I meant. But we have another 556 gun, the M96 carbine. Holy, this gun needs a buff. I only use this for just like some challenges. It is actually, it's just useless as it is. We have so many guns which are like kinda useless in the game right now. But this one especially, bro, I never even seen it in the game, if anyone used it. Then we have another pistol, of course it needs a buff as well, but it's a 9mm pistol. It's kinda okay. We can put it like behind here, and this it goes like this. This is like kinda the tier list, I would say. It's a 9mm gun. It's a fun little pistol, but at the same time I would just rather go with the Deagle or the 5.7. Then we have the Mac 10. Few seasons ago, if you guys watched Valley, this was really popular. And it was a really fun gun to play. But unfortunately, it uses 45 caliber, which is only purple. So it's not even viable in lockdown anymore, unfortunately. Back in the days, you could kill people with it. Right now, if you meet with a tier 5, tier 6 guy in lockdown, he's just gonna tickle you. You know, it's kind of sad, but that's the sad reality. Then we have the Mini 14. The Mini 14 is a really solid choice. I would put it like somewhere here. It's between B and C tier. This is also very situational. I loved this gun back in the days. You can make it 100 recoil actually. It's a really fun gun. If you guys haven't tried it, try it. It's a really solid choice for lockdown. It hits hard, also it pens, but at the same time, if you meet with an M110 or an SVD, it's just gonna land in B tier, you know? Then we have the MK14. I wish the MK14 was up here somewhere. But unfortunately, since they bring it out from the test server even more nerfed, I would just put it here. Like somewhere in the C or back B tier right now. The ammo is really pricey if you don't run M80 on it. And in the same time, I just wish it was competing with the HK, you know? It costs like 300-400k to build a good one out of this MK. But at the same time, it's just not worth it. It can be a solid lockdown gun, but I just wish it was competing with the HK. Mosin, high B tier somewhere here because of the ergo on the gun. The M24 has a really good ergo. This one is not the greatest, I would say. With the new stock on it, it's pretty okay, but then you need to spend a lot. Compared with the M24, which is the king of the bolt actions right now, I would rather pay like 170k with the 2.7 on this one than this one. I don't know guys if you agree with me, but I would just take the M24 instead. If we move forward, we have the MP40, which is, I mean, it's just a meme gun right now. I don't know if you guys seen it. Some of the YouTubers, some of the content creators are using it as a meme gun. Currently, it is a meme gun. I just hope they're gonna buff it someday. The 9mm. It would be so nice to just use a 9mm gun competing with all the other big guns over here. So I'm gonna put it down there. Then we have the MP5, which is like around somewhere here. It's a really good budget choice. That's one of the best beginner guns in the game, especially if you use it with dum-dums. It's one of the best ones, and it's a really solid choice. It doesn't cost a lot. You can modify it, and it is just a solid choice, you know. In other games, the Scarl is the base gun. Here, I would say in Arena Breakout, this is the most beginner friendly gun in the game right now. Then we have the MP9 micro SMG. It's really good choice as a secondary, but I would not take it in front of the G18 here. No, 100% not. It is just the range on it is not the greatest, you know, and it just costs more than all the others. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Then we have the 45 caliber gun over here, like this micro SMG. It just goes to the same tier. It's a meme gun. No one actually uses it. Maybe normal, but I don't really think so, especially right now. As I said it earlier, I hope one day we're gonna have gold ammo for the 45 calibers, or even a viable leg ammo. Then we have the MPX. The MPX is somewhere over here. I'm gonna tell you why. It's a really solid choice for lockdown. You can even make it work in Forbidden, but it's still a 9mm gun. You only have tier 4 ammo on it, you know? It works against tier 5, but as soon as you meet with a tier 6 player, just good luck. That's all I can say. P90. Holy. P90 is somewhere here, right now, just behind the HK. It is a really solid choice. And after the buffs, oh my god, if you guys haven't tried it, try it out. It's a really good gun. Also, don't forget about extended barrel on it, because the extended barrel makes the firing power mid-high. Otherwise, you have mid-low, which is not the greatest. It takes 2 more shots, so don't forget the extended barrel. It is just a really solid choice with the RPM, and like, it's a complete gun as well. The recoil is a little bit jumpy, but at the same time it is just really good overall. Not much to say about these guns, the M3A1 and like, these are the brothers of that, like, you know, and you just cannot do too much with it. Like, these guns are just sitting there. I don't know. It's not much to say about those. RPK, oh my god. Oh my god. This is a set port, okay? This one was one of my favorite guns back in the day. I was slamming people left and right with the RPK. It was just so good. The BSMO was on a really good price as well. I was killing actually T7s with it, left and right. It was just so nice. You could spray it on the long range as well, even with suppressor, which is really important. But right now, because of the recoil change, it's just like down here somewhere. It's just unfortunate. I just killed one of my favorite guns, you know? SA85. Ho ho ho, it needs a buff. Right now it's just somewhere here, laying around, you know? It is just somewhere there. In Tarkov it's a really solid choice, but here it's just, you cannot do much with it, you know? Then we have the SJ. It's a really good bolt action gun. I would put it somewhere here. But the problem with the SJ, for me especially, it works for everyone else, not for me. The AP, so the AP bullets should pan tier 5 and should one-tap tier 5 people, or knockdown people of course, inside the range. Somehow it never works for me. But if I get shot in a tier 5, holy, I'm just laying on the floor like a dead fish. So if it was working for me, I would put it somewhere like up here. But it never works for me, it goes here, you know? Then we have the SKS over here. it just needs a buff. It's a pretty good like beginner friendly gun. Everyone knows that gun, you know. It's like in other games you can make it work. In this game particularly, I would just love to see some buffs on it, you know. I was using it in the beginning as a little newbie, but after like 2000 hours it goes to the same like with the AK-74, what I was already talking about. I just hope they're gonna buff it one day, you know. SVD, solid choice. It goes somewhere here, A tier, because of the one-tap capability, and it shoots 7 ends, which means it pens even more than the M110, but at the same time the ergo is just killing the gun sometimes for me. It's really reliable, but I would just take an M110 instead. SVTU. Before the nerf, it was somewhere up here, like AS tier. But right now it's just somewhere here in front of the Mosin. I would take an SVTU over a Mosin, 100% sure. If I want to take a sidearm or if I want to snipe. It is just a really solid choice. It's really cheap. It can one-tap people, tier 5, tier 6, whatever. You just need red ammo in it. And as we talked about it, like if you guys remember, the BM59 is not capable of one-tapping anyone. It's the same price. And also the M14, where is it here? It is just the same price and it cannot one-tap, and this gun is just slamming people, you know? Then after it we have the T05, the ZC, some of the T guns over here. All of these are going in the C category. It's either because of the caliber or they are just useless in any other mode than normal. And some of them are not even useful in normal mode either. Then we have the UMP. Oh my god. Back in the Valley days, I love this gun. Especially in the beginning. It was like somewhere here next to the Mac 10. I just loved it. It was just so good. You could just kill people with it. Zero recoil, of course. And it was so cheap as well, you know. But these days, as we went up with the lockdown system, as soon as you just see a bigger tier guy, you just run away with it. I mean, you can shoot legs, you can shoot arms, you can do whatever you would like, but it's just pretty useless, unfortunately. Then we have the Uzi, which is it just needs a buff. It is just useless, unfortunately. It's like it's a normal game mode gun. I know we need to have normal guns as well, but it is just so many guns which are like kind of bad, you know? It's like we need some buff on them. Then we have the 45 vector and we have a 9mm vector. The 9mm vector is a solid choice. I love it, especially for leg ammo. It's really good. Then we have the 45 vector, which needs a buff, 100% sure. The RPM is crazy good on it, but the bullets are just bad. Even with leg ammo, it is kinda ush. But still, you are shooting purple ammo with a 45 vector. It is just insanely bad. If you compare it for a 9mm vector, which can shoot 7 ends, it just doesn't make any sense to use the 45 over the 9mm. It's only the RPM which is greater on the 45 vector. Then, in the end, we have the VSS, which unfortunately again needs a buff. The VSS, in my opinion at least, it's still useless. I've seen a couple YouTube videos that people making like, I don't know, like sightless guns. They just like, yeah, hip fire is so good on this gun, and I'm just killing everyone who has VSS. Of course I'm running an HK or a P90, but at the same time it just cannot compete with the other guns. It would be so nice to see actually the VSS just going back to its place. It would be so nice. I just hope one day. But we talked about it. Even if it lands in any category, we're gonna pull it down to the need buff category, which needs a buff, if you guys remember. So here comes that part where we're gonna drag down all of them which needs a buff, like really needs a buff. RPK 100% sure needs a buff. So from the C category we pulled the RPK down. All the 45 calibers, but we already talked about it, needs a buff, because shooting tier 3 ammo against people who can already shoot like tier 4 or even tier 5 is just pointless, in my opinion. Then, what else would we have for that category? So all the 45 calibers, 100% needs to go here. I think we completed the tier list actually. I don't think we can just move around stuff. So basically, these are my tier list choices. And it's not much to say about it. It's just a complete tier list for you guys, the ultimate tier list. And we talked about every gun, I think. Alright boys, this is my complete tier list over here. Let me know in the comments section if you guys agree with me. And also the other thing, I don't think we've seen the AEK here. The AEK is going in the end of the A tier, and the ZC is going somewhere here. It needs a slide buff, in my opinion. Those are the two guns which we were missing. And also really important, just let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with me. And also, the other really good question, what do you guys think? Do we need an HK nerf, or do we need other guns to be buffed? I really want to know your guys' thoughts. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I helped you guys a little bit with this whole tier list. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.